Genetic algorithms. This is a type of optimization algorithm, meaning they are used to find optimal solutions to a given computational problem that maximizes or minimizes a particular function. Genetic algorithms represent one branch of the field of study called evolutionary computation because they imitate the biological processes of reproduction, natural selection, and evolution to solve for the fittest solutions. Like in evolution, many of a genetic algorithm processes are random. However, this optimization technique allows one to set the level of randomization and the level of control over the whole process. For example, these algorithms are far more powerful and efficient than random search and exhaustive search algorithms. They require no extra information about the given problem. This feature allows them to find a solution to problems that other optimization methods cannot handle due to a lack of continuity, derivatives, linearity, or other features. So, the elements of a genetic algorithm. Here is where the analogies of the biological terminology we described before takes part. The main elements of a generic algorithm are a fitness function for optimization. We need a population of chromosomes, a method of selection according to fitness, crossover to produce next generation of chromosomes. We also need random mutation of chromosomes in new generation and a criterion of success. The fitness function is the function that the algorithm is trying to optimize, and the word fitness is taken from evolutionary theory. It is used here because the fitness function tests and quantifies how fit each potential solution is. The term chromosome refers to a numerical value or values that represent a candidate solution to the problem that the genetic algorithm is trying to solve. Each candidate solution is encoded as an array of parameter values. This is a process that is also found in other optimization algorithms. Now, let's refer to other elements as operators. The selection operator chooses some of the chromosomes for reproduction based on a probability distribution defined by the user. The fitter a chromosome is, the more likely it is to be selected. The crossover operator is in charge of the genetical crossing and the recombination of chromosomes in a new generation. This operator swaps a subsequence of two of the chosen chromosomes to create two new offsprings. The mutation operator randomly flips or exchanges individual genes in the new chromosomes, for example, turning a 0 into a 1 or vice versa. Typically, mutation happens with a very low probability, such as 1 in a thousand. The main algorithm flow chart. Now, here is a diagram representation of the sequences of steps that led a genetic algorithm to converge into an optimal solution for a given problem. The initialization process implies that a population of randomic individuals or chromosomes is generated. So, our population will contain individuals, each having their own set of chromosomes. Then we must calculate the fitness of each individual through the fitness function. This is not a trivial step as the fitness function must be defined arbitrarily by the programmer in order to organize or rank each individual. So this implies it is dependent to the logic of the problem. After calculating the fitness of each individual, a selection process takes part. So this means the fittest subset of the current population will be selected to produce their genetic information. Here also takes place an extra step that is in charge of pairing the selected individuals to later cross them to generate new individuals. Commonly, this is done randomly, but sometimes some extra considerations are taken. For example, the distance between them or a weighted probability of pairing depending on the fitness. Now, it's time to create new individuals from the selected paired parents. The crossover is the most significant phase in genetic algorithms. For each pair of parents, a crossover point is chosen at random, and now new offsprings are created by adding the genes of the first parent until the crossover point and the rest of the genes from there from the other parent. Mutation is also important to maintain diversity, but occurs randomly, the most of the times with a very small probability. So, a couple of random genes of some certain new individuals form will be flipped or can be exchanged among themselves. Finally, if any individual or a significant partition of the current population meets the criteria of success, then the algorithm will stop and give a result based on the information of the population or some individuals. If that's not the case, then again the fitness function will be calculated to the new generation and the old generation will be removed and the process will be repeated from there until this criteria is accomplished.